friends to the Newport Performing Arts Center, tonight's performance of Comedy of Terrors. Put your hands together for your host, Eric. Hey everybody! Thanks so much for joining on this delightful, cool evening. If you're not aware, a huge thank you to you for joining us at a place that doesn't have much heat going on right now. So big bravo to you. If it helps at all, last week my house also lost heat, and it is still out of heat because our part didn't show up yesterday. It's going to be here Monday, because that's the way things work now. So giant applause for you to be here. Stay warm, cuddle with the person next to you if you need to. If you don't know the person next to you, this is a great time to get to know them. We'll also maybe even take a break if we see throughout the show, if you're feeling a little cool, we may have a little fun together. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, great, awesome. Yeah, well, you can make noise. Totally, it will keep you warmer. But before I get to all the fun and delightfulness, why don't I do a giant honor to us and you and introduce our cast for this evening of Comedy of Terrors. Everybody, round of applause for them. Who joined us last week, just out of curiosity, at any shows? You can make noise, applause, raise your hand. Who was here yesterday, this show? Yes, fantastic. If you're not aware of what you've gotten yourself into, tonight's show is a completely improvised show. Everything's going to be made up on the spot, and tonight we decided to do a Shakespeare show for you. Last week we did a show called Avenue PDX, which is improvised puppets and people, fully fledged musical. If music happens tonight, that's something none of us are aware of. We'll see how that goes. We are doing an improvised Shakespeare show. We also want to have a little fun with it. And the last time we ran this show in Portland, we decided to incorporate movie monsters as the inspiration. So we're going to do the same thing tonight. And in just a moment, I'm going to ask you for a classic movie monster, or there's a famous movie monster. It doesn't have to necessarily be a full classic. But we want something that's going to help us inspire. If it helps, last night we took Terminator. The Terminator, which we had never been given before, and it was an utter delight. It was so good. So, what is a classic movie monster or a famous monster that you think of when I say those words? Godzilla, nice. Freddy Krueger.
The Thing.
The Thing, oh, one of my favorites. Creature from the Black Lagoon, oh, fantastic. So good, that's good. We got Godzilla, Freddy Krueger, Creature from the Black Lagoon, easy for me to say, it's going to be a fun night, and The Thing, fantastic. I'll give you a brief moment here to confer with my cast members here. Yeah, great, hey. Hope that was completely transparent for you. We decided Creature from the Black Lagoon. We'll make this now, just because it is a classic movie monster, we want to make sure we're all sort of on the same page. So what is, and this is for everyone, not just you, though you did suggest it, what are some things that are iconic about the Creature from the Black Lagoon? Oh, yeah, okay, so you want to put words in that, or just the sound itself? Yeah, it's sort of very, very menacing and ghastly. Yeah, great, awesome, delightful. Anything else? Gurgling. Yeah. Slimy. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Hello, you. So we got a little gurgle sound. We got slimy and sexy. Can I ask what intrigues you about what makes? What about that for you? Just to delve a little personal into your life.
Well, it all started with my dad.
Yeah. Right, but when you think sexy,
What makes me sexy?
yeah, what's sexy about that for you? Exotic. Lovely. That's a great word. There's not a lot of words. Like a person who doesn't use a lot of words. perfect for a theatrical show. Great, fantastic. So yeah, we'll go with those things to keep us going this evening for tonight's show. We will take an intermission as well. We may, if we find that opportunity to take a little break and warm each other up, we may do that also. Who knows? Anything's possible. It's an improv show. It's all made up. It's one of the things we love about this. So let's get to it, shall we, my friends? All right, are you all ready?
Yes!
Great, fantastic. My friends, Act 1 of Comedy of Terrors, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, Robin, you want to give some more music? There it is. Round of applause for Robin, everybody. Another cold night. Another dark night. Another cold, dark night. And yet I have a husband.
Helena, mustn't thou always bring this up in front of,
The night?
the night?
Dorian, you are but a man. A strong, powerful man.
Thou art correct. Go on.
Dorian the Great once was called. And you married me.
Helena the wise.
Go on.
Helena the thoughtful.
And
Helena the good cook.
yet here we stand.
And yet,
On a dark, cold night. In our home. A fire not lit. The walls moist. A window wide open. A cold, dark night with a window wide open, the walls moist, and a fire not lit.
thou art speaking in riddles.
Dorian, I do wish for but one thing. A husband who cares.
Helena, though I care greatly, only 3 gold coins do we have. Firewood is expensive.
And yet our walls be made of wood.
Helena, dost thou seriously suggest that we should tear down our own house to heat our house? What sense does that make to you?
These walls are cold and wet. The night is dark and cold. The window open wide, the fire not lit. Were we to take a wall and light it ablaze, at least one side of our cold bodies would be warm.
Helena, thou speakest in riddles again, and yet thy logic is infallible. We shall set flame to our house tonight.
Oh, you are a gracious husband.
Helena, if only I could think of any other way to warm you.
If only there were.
Well, we shall light our house afire.
Come, young cob, for our journey is just 3 days upon us. I have my sword in hand.
Oh, well,
Where have you fetched the sword from, cob?
my lord, I thought you had left it over in yonder stone, but I guess I'll just put it right back in the stone and it's fine.
Young cob, you pulled sword from stone?
Well, I mean, I didn't so much pull it as I gingerly did place my hand upon it, and as though lifted by spirits, it fell into my arm, but as that is not yours, I have put it back.
Show me once more, for cob. I do not want to discount that you have pulled a sword from a stone.
My lord. But since this is said not your stone, then I mean, I should put the
Well, if the sword is so easy to pull, then surely I can pull the sword, and perhaps we shall
It
have...
lists as though on angelic wings. It's very easy to, if you just flex your muscles, do not use your back, my lord. If you lift with your back, then you shall hurt thyself. And yes?
Young cob. Oh, it is moving. It will go farther in. That's doing it should come out. But but nay. It is quite stuck. Apparently there is some give, and yet it is quite steady. Hey, good sword.
Perhaps if you gingerly
What you
fizzle
do?
it's
Ah!
underneath the hilt.
I am afraid I have driven the sword deeper by tickling it out. It is not the first time a sword has reacted in this way. For I, Gregorio, am well known through the land as being the sword tickler. So.
See, my lord, I have learned all my tickling from you.
But come, you do know what they say.
The bigger the stone, the harder the sword.
They do say that, it is true, but also the legend of the stone sword holder. When sword is sheathed in stone.
You should sheathed.
Indeed I did, because I am happy that I have made you laugh. But typically there is meaning therein. Is there an inscription on the sword? Did you check?
Oh. My lord.
Oh, it rises to greet you.
It saith, thou who pullst the sword from this stone shall rule the swamp. Just the swamp.
Yes, and we are at the swampy part of our journey. For just beyond this swamp does lie the beautiful village of Grandorium. And that is where our journey should take us. And yet first we must cross this great swamp. But you apparently are the ruler of the swamp, so I have no fear we shall arrive in good time.
Aren't I a bit young to rule? I mean, I was...
Do not turn away from the amazing gift the gods have bestowed upon me.
Thank you, God, for a 30-day return policy.
Good Cobb, I see you are afeard of the sword. But fear you not, for a sword is a blessing. It shall give ye strength and allow you to conquer your foes quickly, to impress the maidens most assuredly, and to rule your lands.
Onward, maidens, follow you.
If thou art thinking something, thou should say it.
Mother,
Yes.
I do apologize.
Thy apology appears to precede something much worse.
I do not think you fully take my meaning. Surely there is nothing to worry about at this exact moment. Certainly nothing that I would not want to tell you.
Dearest daughter, thou hast not spoken a single word in the past week.
Have I not?
Thou carries thyself as one who has been hit in the head with a stone.
Was I? I do not recall. Methinks, though, I do have something to apologize for.
Methinks you do.
I have a wish to travel.
No,
Mother, really, I have a wish to travel. I have a wish to see strangers in strange lands.
Strangers in strange lands? Dost thou not know what happens to people who travel to strange lands and meet other strangers? Why, no one in our village has left in many, many a year.
Then perhaps it is very, very much time.
Oh, no one in our town likes changing much, I do say. And yet, thou dost remind me of your father, for he did travel too once.
Yes.
Down to the meat market. He said that he would be back in but a moment, and 12 years later...
I am sure that he will return at any moment.
Oh, thou art hopeful. Yet, maybe in some circumstances, hope would be better exchanged for wisdom.
If that be so, then thou shalt travel with me.
Very well. come with you, but in only so much as to keep you out of trouble, dear Beatrice.
It seems a fair trade, Mother.
Very well. We shall leave once I'm done with this goblet.
Ah, he does bang on the stone with such vigor. I wish he would show me the same strength. Ah, my, what strength his arm does yield, and the hammer much more. But I, a princess, should not be looking in his direction, for he merely works on the wall. You have banged that same section of wall 3 times. I have been counting. Oh,
Lady.
it is I, Lady Nani of the Castle Bandorium. I am merely out for a walk in the garden. Pay me no mind. And he ignores my advances, for he is a gentleman truly, knowing full well that a princess he cannot be with. And yet, goodly Pound, why dost you bang upon the wall so?
His job.
And Pound, how did you come to have such a name?
'Twas given.
Pound was given as name. Indeed, a goodly name it is. For would another name be oh?
My lady, dost thou really talk to the commoner?
My chaperone has arrived in the garden and has caught me alone with dear Pound.
Thou wouldst know what father would say to this.
Yes, of course, but my brother, Noonie, I wish thee not to report upon my traversing this garden, for nothing amiss has occurred.
Whoa.
Well, in that case, thou seems to be getting along swimmingly, but just knowest, if I were to report to our father of discussions between you two, I find that he would be most displeased.
But stop. Mark you the manner in which he doth pound the wall, his name being Pound. It is remarkably so, for he is called Pound, and he doth pound upon the stone.
He doth pound upon the stone.
Do you not find it truly great?
My, how he pounds!
I find a stirring in my heart that is truly titillating.
I understand completely.
The wind does blow, it is not May, and the bog does grow today.
Enough! The king grows weary of dancing.
Would the king not like another song?
No, I say we shall have no more songs.
But the songs and the dancing, should you like me to perform my acrobatics?
No, no more acrobatics, no more songs, no more dances. We need, Persephone, a new entertainment.
Oh, a new entertainment.
Yes.
Should we seek it from a far-off land?
We may.
Oh, I could go around the corner at the 7-Eleven. There's a really good entertainment there. Since there is not many a tooth.
No, I do not wish to travel far. We will stay in the swamp, and mayhap some mortals may happen along. They are normally rife for jokes and japes and curses and charms.
Jokes and japes and jokes and charms.
Oh, sweet Dorian, I do wish we could just like the wall upon the flame.
Helena, we've tried, and the wall is simply too moist.
And yet, we now walk here in this forest looking for wood.
And yet, every tree that we touch seems to be wetter than the one before.
Odd.
Helen.
This cold, dark night, in this wet wood.
If only we had some way, Helena, to make ourselves warm.
If only.
Alas!
Alas!
Alack!
I will go sit upon that wet wood and ponder such things. If you, my sweet husband, were
Yes.
to find greatness and a dry branch of cedar, mahogany.
Perhaps with these 3 gold coins, one might be able to purchase something.
Dorian,
Helena?
those be our last 3 gold coins.
Oh, yes. But if we were only to use one, but one of the 3.
Oh, thou hast convinced me. And as a woman, I know not of money, therefore, sweet, darling, champion Dorian, husband.
Go on.
Indeed, was about what I was to say, was to go on. Go on and...
Very well! Away I be!
Sit upon this wetted wood I shall.
Ah, poor cub, he has wandered too far. For I have sat upon this tree waiting for supper at least 1 hour, if it were not a day. And if it were a day, perhaps a week, or perhaps a fortnight. Indeed, it has been a long time, and my stomach does growl. It growls as the deep growling of a bear does growl before it conquers its meat. It growls the way a man growls when he gives his bride to his chambers. My stomach does growl and get no sign of the king of the swamp. Come, where have you gone to?
'Tis but a wet wood, and I shall not sit upon it!
Come, where have you gone to?
My lord, I have slayed you this beaver.
Cobb, your voice has deepened with the possession of the sword, and the beaver, the pelt has been fully torn from the creature.
Aye, my lord, when I doth pick up this sword, I feel my manhood swoon.
2 men I do see before me, and yet they seem dry upon that wood. Perhaps I may sit for a while, intruding upon their vocalizations.
And yet, Cobb, with pelt alone and no meat, my hunger does still grow. Oops. But soft, there is a lady tiptoeing behind you. She just traversed this trail and...
Lo, I peep, dare not I startle the lady.
Well versed in the aspect of subterfuge, were I to both tiptoe through a forest in a wet, soggy ground, and a bottom both wet and moist through trees and other foliage, not related to my husband in any way, shape, or form, I am certain to be able to walk to this dry piece of wood and not be seen.
Hello, dear stranger.
Oh! Hello, kind gentlemen?
But how is it that you find yourself in this swamp, by this dry wood, without accompaniment?
'Tis the dry wood that shall be my accompaniment if thou wilt honor it.
Methinkest on the 3rd wheel, should I not fetch food?
Indeed, Cobb, the pelt, it is stunning, and yet you have failed to provide sustenance. I wish thee to seek out a meal.
Righto.
Thank you, King of the Swamp.
Ha
What had you called your companion? For he doth look both strong, powerful, and capable.
My young squire thinks himself a king, for he has retrieved a sword from stone this day. But let that not distract you from the matter at hand. You seek a dry place to sit, and I am sitting on the driest place in this swamp. And yet I do have a pelt that should repel the water. It is quite dry if you would like to sit. You may join me by this dry, tall wood. And will she share it?
Perhaps.
I see you to play with my ears.
Were you to play with my dry wood, I would be willing to provide a name. Were a piece of wood be offered in recompense?
I believe I am mistaking your meaning, for the dry wood I lean upon is nothing.
And I wish to both wrap my fingers around your dry wood and take it with me, for the night is cold and dark, and
And full of terrors.
your wood shall keep me warm.
And yet
My
you
lord.
introduce, yes,
I brought you skunk.
and once again a pelt beautifully won, and by some miracle the meat gone from within. And dry, incredibly dry.
The skunk leather is good for traveling, and you always know where it is in your pack because its stench is strong.
My mind must be going, for my stomach, it does continue to consume itself.
Once more, into the wood.
Many thanks for the bargain of your pelt,
Indeed.
for it is both dry.
An intoxicating smell, I must remark.
Lost! Lost! Not but one evening have we been traveling in these woods, and already we are lost.
It is true, it did not take long. I
Thou,
would say perhaps 40 minutes.
if thou art attempting to blame me for getting lost in the woods that thou hast chosen,
No, Mother, why should I blame you? After all, you have left the homestead many a time before, and I have not. It would be silly to assume that you knew where you were going!
what tiny daggers thy words carry, and what shrill icicles thou sendst forth from thy mouth.
Well, since our journey is already at a doom, mayhaps it would be better if we traveled apart.
Mayhaps it would.
Methinks it is a good idea.
Methinks so too.
Then we are in agreement.
Fare thee well.
I am already gone.
Goodbye.
And so I wander alone. It is okay, Beatrice. You are more than capable. You will master this swamp and these woods.
around the corner, thy words did sound as if one were longing for something.
Ah, I am deeply offended. You have listened to my soliloquy to the air, and yet no invitation to your ear was given.
I seek forgiveness from thee.
But why?
For no reason. And in fact, I hadn't heard more than merely a sentence or two.
As you are the heir to the kingdom of Grandoria, I
Right.
must yield to your wisdom, of course. But last we spoke, I could not make meaning from your reaction to the news that I have found love.
Ah, but dear sister, you are so young, so full of life and so full of promise.
And so I am to be married to someone for their station? What of my heart? What of my needs? What of the life before me that I wish to make for myself?
A good riddle, that. And yet, the answer to me is perplexing. Perhaps if we could convince our father that this noble, whatever his name was, Pound, this noble Pound, were...
For his name is Pound and he
For his
is
name be Pound, correct, yes. If we were able to convince father that Pound comes from a line of royalty.
Indeed, we shall give him a costume befitting the station set to marry.
Ah, that is good, that is good.
And we will give him a name, although I do hesitate to replace the name Pound.
Pound be a
But
noble name.
It does communicate his value so.
Quite.
And I must
Sir Pound.
I must confess, I do not know if he shares my love.
Well, I shall make every effort to discover if that be the case.
Yes, this plan is a grand one. You shall befriend him and learn what there is to know.
Yes.
Dress him in the clothing befitting the station that will
Yes.
make our marriage go.
Yes, dearest sister. I agree.
Don't worry, I'll get over
Persephone, you do tire me so.
Oh, but my lord, ideas be bubbling in my brain, for the fools we spied upon in the swamp. They seek only one, my king,
It is so.
and 3 gold coins don't they have?
It is true. We may take this gold. However, something else troubles me.
Huh.
Something is changed. Something is different. Methinks it is right under my nose.
Thy fingers are under thy nose.
Mayhaps it is under something else. Persephone! Where is my sword?
The sword in that stone, my king, that declares you the ruler of the swamp.
If I do not have the sword, I am not a ruler. Where is the sword? We must find it.
Perhaps it has become invisible, my lord. Do pull it thus.
I have no better idea. No, it is no use. It is not there.
Well, then perhaps, my lord, you are no longer my lord, and I am a free agent.
If I am no longer thy lord, then mayhaps you are the king of the swamp, and therefore you should be the one to try the sword.
But, yes, my lord. It groweth mold and algae on thy hilt. It's certainly not missing.
'Tis a swamp. The sword missing, yet cleaning would make sense. And therefore I shall acknowledge such things and bid thee adieu. My lord, thing.
It were a very good deception. And we must off to find the sword, shall we not?
Yes, we shall. But go you a bit ahead. The capering. I cannot take the capering.
And that's why I'm called Hannah.
Sweet, lovely Hannah.
Married Hannah, no less.
And yet, sweet Hannah, lovely Hannah, married Hannah, you have made my dry wood wet.
'Tis a shame, for 'twas the one thing I had come to this wet, murky wood to find. Hard, dry wood. That might once more ignite a flame inside myself, that I may be once more warmed.
And yet the flame hath been ignited.
And yet I'm still cold and wet.
And I still hungry, Cobb, hungrier the more no less.
I am afraid I have no funds. Though I do have a moist wall back at home that thou must gnaw upon.
Fear not, I wish not to eat money. I wish to eat food.
Oh,
I have been journeying many days, and we are near the border of the swamp, are we not?
aye,
To the kingdom of Grandorium, where my journey does take me.
aye,
Aye,
aye.
aye,
Perhaps were my husband to be lost in the murky wood with his 3 coin, you would take me in?
So,
Ah,
my lord, whilst I doth hunt more, a beautiful woman arose from this lake and gave me a goblet of the finest wine.
and you have drunk the wine inside, no less.
Indeed.
Upon the goblet an inscription does read. To the holder of this goblet you command the sky. Ah, king of the swamp and the sky now, it seems.
I mean,
Congratulations are in order. Perhaps you can command a bird to fly down and feed me.
I command. I commanded the bowels of that pigeon upon my face.
Sweet Cobb, dear Cobb, young Cobb, King Cobb.
Oh, King Cobb.
The Lady Hannah. And by lady, I use the term lady quite generously.
And I by no means be a lady, though woman born, I am not of royalty or of any high fashion,
Indeed,
nor
it is
standing in any
clear
way.
you hold no station.
Though my feet be bare,
It is obvious to any
and my
who
breast
show
do
them.
hang.
And your hair does spring forth from the top of your head, much like the roots of the grass do spring quickly.
Thy words but poems in my name.
To me, you are a lady. Lady of the wet wood, I would call thee, were I to give you title. However, I am not in such high authority that I can do such a thing.
Be they onward to Grandoria.
Yet there is a king in our midst who could bestow upon thee a station.
I do not wish but station. I do wish to be warm. Perhaps on a dark, cold night such as this, I were to be given a dry piece of wood.
I have given you a dry piece of wood already, and yet in being there you have made it wet. And in such, I beseech thee, king, bestow upon this woman the station of lady of the wet wood.
Well then, my lady, kneel. Yep. By the powers
vested in me by this swamp and goblet, I do bestow on thee the title of Fair Lady Drywood.
Wetwood, wetwood.
Wetwood, drywood, redwood, plywood.
All wood, indeed, the woods.
Do that not warm your heart?
Easy, easy.
But now, onward to grandeur.
Yes,
My
we
bundle.
shall away. Goodbye, Lady Hannah.
Farewell. Lost. Lost. I feel lost. Every tree seems to be no different than the tree before. These woods are so mysterious and cold. What I wouldn't give for company in a time like this.
I do not understand why there are so many mortals in my kingdom. And I have cast a glimmer upon myself that they might neither hear nor see me. Methinks they wish to move in. I did just see my sword and my cup. Everyone is taking all of my things, and now this maiden, widow perhaps, is in my very chambers and has no knowledge. Methinks I shall make myself visible, and perhaps an entertainment may be had after all. Good madam.
Oh, the king!
Yes, it is just so. You may have guessed it from my mien and meanor. However, which kingdom I whither wander from is yet unknown. And your name is, most delicate flower.
Yes, most delicate flower is what I have been called, for I am Petunia.
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 It is apt.
Thank you, though I know not the meaning of the word. Your language does seem more flowery, even more so than my name.
It would appear there are a great many things you do not know. How is it you come to travel alone in such a secluded part of the bog?
'Tis a sore subject. But since my king commands it, if thou must know, I didn't leave alone. In fact, I left with my daughter, and she wanders these woods still, as far as I know.
Another mortal. You wander these woods, as
Yes.
does your daughter, and you do seek your daughter, methinks.
Well, not so quickly.
You have no love for her.
Thou sees right through me.
I see deep into your heart. You did wander into these woods with her to leave her on purpose.
Oh, how thou accusest me!
No, it is so. I can tell by thy face and visage.
Oh! Oh! Thy wisdom is great, O great king. In fact, I did intend to leave my daughter and to return to mine home. And yet, without her, annoying though she be, home doesn't quite feel the same. And so I wander these woods in search of something, I know not what, yet something.
Then methinks you are due for a new home, and I am due for a new queen. Perhaps you may assist me in finding two things most dear to my heart, dearer, much more so than your detested daughter. I do seek a sword and a cup.
Any sword and any cup for you, O king.
Then we will away.
Before we away, any specific sword or cup?
They are mine. And possession of them grants the rule of these woods and this swamp.
Oh, but I see. But is it not true that the one who carries the sword is the king?
Yes, just so. and again, it is mine.
Quite. Well, then I shall accompany you along this trip.
Wonderful. Come, sweet Petunia, let us away.
Yes, great king.
Hide me upon this wall to see my brother bring their plan to fruition. For he intends to befriend my lovely Pound this day and learn the information which I seek to understand. Ah, he doth pound upon his head, and my heart does sing, for his strength is so clear that his skull it does not crack. His strength is unparalleled. Ah, but here is my brother, Ninny, and I shall hide.
O great Pound. Ah, how wise. It is better to be silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Oh, wiser still! Thou hast piqued my interest. O great Pound, do tell. But what is thy royal lineage?
Wall.
Wall. Wall.
Mark the strength with which he chooses a single word to express his whole history. Ay me, my heart it does pitter-patter like the wings of a dove.
The wall, of course, the great wall. Good Sir Pound, thou doesn't mean that you were one of the workers on the great wall, that which has stood for a century and shall never sink into the swamp? Thy words are wise, O great Pound. A nobleman in you I see, and yet some work there is to do.
Aye.
Yes, some work. Some work. If only I could hear the wisdom of the wind. Tell me exactly what to do in order to make you into a noble.
Ah, but would that my brother would give him new clothes, but most importantly to learn the secret within his heart. Does he love me?
Listen.
A secret within the axe does lie.
Good sir! Good Sir Pound! Thy hammer axe has told me many secrets. Thou art wise beyond all appearances, but yet one question remains. Good Sir Pound, wouldst thou find it in thy heart to be wed to a maiden, a princess so fair that her name beest Noninin?
Aye.
Ah,
Good
but
Sir
he does more
Pound,
for my love. He does love me.
though there be some work to do, in Pound I see a royalty. Pound, you shall come with me immediately. We shall be off to my chambers, and there I shall put you in the most royal of garments, that which I can spare.
Clothing?
Yes, great Pound, thou art wise. Clothing! For garments is another word for clothing. How thou jest! Away!
My feet are sore, my belly empty, and mother is nowhere to be seen.
The village was yonder, but now it doesn't. My lady,
My lord?
how comes you to
I did not come alone. I came with my mother, and she is lost.
Then you are in seek of protection, are you not?
I am. And how wouldst thou protect me?
I wouldst raise my sword against the swamp, says the king.
It is a mighty sword, to be certain.
Oh, I have wielded it for a long, long time. Meant to do that?
Yes, truly you have a most practiced hand, much better than any of my skills.
Indeed, my lady, so give me the honor of being your protector and your sword.
Thankfully, I will take it. Let us travel together.
Well, by what name shall I call thee, my lady?
I am Beatrice.
And I am young cub.
Huh?
That be is my master.
Crow, where have you gone to?
Come, hide us behind this bush. How doth he vex me? Demanded, thy scum hath no meat. Thy wood is dry, no, thy wood is wet.
Truly yours is a difficult life.
Indeed. But now methinks with a beautiful, and what be thy name?
Beatrice?
Beatrice upon mine arm. It grows sweeter by the moment.
Come.
We should heed the call of your master.
He likes to be kept waiting.
One, two, three. 3 gold coins, and yet no wood at all in the marketplace. If only I had but something to chop down a tree, but no axes or hammers are to be found. Lost. Lost. My cause is lost. These coins are as useless to me as beans or bark or acorns floating in the stream. These coins are nice, but couldn't buy more than a small meal. A meal, how I do hunger. For traveling in these woods without food, I have been for more than several days.
Come. My man, he hath left my side once more, leaving me to fend for myself. And whilst I am capable, there is reason I've hired such a man. And yet the man, he doth think himself a king. Perhaps I have fed his imagination too far. But I have met a person, and yet perhaps I'll meet another. Would that I would meet a rabbit, that it could feed my belly. Would that I would traverse the remainder of the swamp and be done with my journey. Cobb, make haste, dear boy. A king you are not. And my stomach, satisfied, it is not.
Pound. And that's going to take us to our first really intermission, warm up, whatever that may mean to you. Go have a drink. Warming your body up with alcohol. Use the restroom if you need to. If you need to step outside to remind yourself it's colder outside than it is inside, and then when you come back in, you'll be warmer as well. Whatever you need to do, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, my lovely friends, and we'll see you soon. Oh, I was waiting for the very end of the song. Oh, so close. A general applause for Robin, my lovely friends. Doing a magnificent job. And of course, also Jen up on lights as well. You can see and hear, which is vitally important because some of these lights are keeping us all warmer tonight. Very fantastic. We'll keep them on as long as we can. Before we get back to the lovely show we're doing here, I just want to really again thank you so much. You have a question?
I do have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Some of the people in the audience want to know when the cocoon is going
when the cocoon is going to surface. We're doing the swamp thing.
Oh, so you're doing the swamp thing.
Yeah.
There's a bit of confusion.
Yeah.
I've heard this.
Great, okay, let's do this. Not what I was going to talk about, but let's go down this route. You know, let's bring our audience, let's bring our cast back out here too. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, let's lessen this bad boy up.
Are we doing a mid-show
I think we're doing a mid-show talk back is what it sounds like. What would you like to know?
Nothing more.
Well, first off, just to clarify, we're not doing Cocoon. I mean, it's a delightful movie. It's a little outdated.
Okay, so Patty,
Get
you want
it.
to take over?
That was the most amazing throw somebody in the bus I've ever seen.
It paid good money to see Dan.
Okay.
So, were there questions so far? This is great. I'm all about this. Well, yeah, are there questions so far?
Metaphorically, which one of the characters is the creature?
That is a great question. Metaphorically, which one of these characters is the creature? And my favorite answer to that is, I don't know.
It's you. It's all of you. No, I'm just kidding.
You're the creature. I have an opinion. I have a feeling. I have an idea of whom it is. And once again, we're not going to go literal tonight. If you haven't noticed, we're not doing the creature of the Black Lagoon. We are incorporating those. I will say I have an opinion as to who. Does anyone else have an opinion on whom the most creature of the Black Lagoon character might be? It's the sexy one.
Oh, it's Pam.
Heard that one fast. Oh, it's Pam. Ooh. Sipping that, I'm assuming tea or a little Irish coffee. Yeah, okay. The answer is I don't know. We're making it up if it's clear or not. Any other questions before we move on? Let's see what thoughts, feelings, opinions. Oh, that should be interesting. Yeah,
We're
We are too.
interested to see how that goes as well.
Yeah,
It'll be fun, won't it?
How will those characters played by the same person interact?
Yeah.
We're willing to find out with you.
Great.
We just figured whenever you have, say the word swamp, that's what you're referring to.
Oh. Perhaps the swamp itself is the creature. Perhaps it's more metaphorical.
I do think there are more than one candidate that are embodying the elements that we discussed.
I definitely, yeah.
So, as far as a candidate for the creature, it may be more than one. Because the elements that you listed, right, were quite varied. We heard
Slimy, sexy,
and so to me, those qualities have been embodied by more than one character, so it would be difficult to pick just one. But we don't know, we have a whole second half to make up.
Yeah. And to be very clear, we planned absolutely nothing backstage. We don't do that. That would cheapen the entire event. Yeah, there's no planning it out of, yeah.
We do refresh each other's names, just
We
to let
do.
you know what we do talk about.
Because those aren't complicated in this show. At all.
Yeah.
Let's see if you remember all the characters.
Before we get to that, we really do appreciate that you're here. I hope you're warmed up and all that fun stuff. This show is a delight. We very much enjoy it. If you haven't figured it out, we're entertaining ourselves at least. This show we're doing this weekend. Next weekend we have a very fun and delightful show, a show called Dave Presents I Love Musicals, which is a 1950s improvised musical made up on the spot. We also have some special guests coming. They're the Nancy Boys. Two people take on the role of an entire town trying to solve a mystery that you helped create. It's a really fun show, and that's all next week, both at Saturday and Sunday matinees. And so, of course, it's the holiday weekend. We didn't want to do a show on Friday. We thought we'd have a good reason for you to bring your family out. And maybe, just maybe, it'll be warmer. We're also going to go to a warmer venue. We're going to go to the Black Box Theater, which will help warm things up as well. So, long story short is it'll be even warmer, more intimate, and a delightful trip into the past. Portholeplayers.com, GhostDogs.org. You can find all the information on both locations, because that's how the internet works. This is a great question. Let's see how many of these characters you do remember. If you remember their names, awesome. If you don't remember their names and you want to describe them as best as possible, that is also delightful. Just go ahead and name one of the characters so far that you've enjoyed. Pound, a bunch of pounds, and what was over here?
Cobb.
Cobb. Pound and cob. How magnificent. Great, fantastic. We are going to, I'll let you go get your costume. My actors get ready. I'll let you go backstage.
Oh, okay.
Actors.
All right.
We're going to go into the second half, which, again, zero planning here. We're making this up just as much as you are watching it. It is a show. We hope you're having fun. Feel free. We talked about backstage. It's cool in here. You're a very polite, wonderful audience. If you feel the desire to be louder, clap, boo, whatever you want to do, if it helps you stay warm, we acknowledge it and appreciate it. You're free to do whatever you want. Stay. I mean, we prefer you not to leave. But, you know, if we're not fulfilling your needs, the sexy pound. Anything's possible. We'll start the second half with Cobb and Pound. Who knows where the show is going to go? And we have a special treat afterward. If you are interested, last week we decided to do a jam, an improvised jam, which we would invite you, if you want, to come up on stage after the show. We'll take a small tiny break, reset, and we'll just play some improv games. We'd love for you to join us. It's a little warmer up here, believe it or not, because there's a few more lights. Not much warmer, but a little. And that's all that matters. You don't need to have any experience to participate. It's a real fun time. If you're feeling up for it afterwards, we'd love to have you join us. Otherwise, my friends, Act 2 of Comedy of Terrors.
My lady Beatrice! Oh, I lost my lady. She hath not the vigor for traversing the swamp. But 'tis best I go ahead to protect her. Oh, her eyes are green as slime. Her hair doth murky as moss. Oh, my heart doth swell.
No! Pound like pound!
How now, Broseph? Cobb like pound too. Good morrow, sir.
Morrow, Cobb.
Cobb, yep.
Pound.
Good my lord Pound.
Cobb.
Yes, says thou who holdest the cup hast domain over the sky.
Ooh.
Look, I break that bird poop on the castle.
Yeah. Sword.
Yeah, you want to try it? Alright, yeah. Found it in the woods. This one says that he who pulleth this sword from the stone is ruler of all the swamp.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hammer axe.
Ooh. Doth it say anything, my lord? Well. He who holdeth, yeah, bro.
This hammer axe.
Yep, you got it?
Ruler
Yeah.
of wood.
Ooh, oh, my lord, my king.
And wall.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, but dear brother, what mean you he hath fled?
Well, with him I was, and then turned around but a moment and he was gone.
But I did hear him with my ears. You asked him if he were interested in perhaps a marriage, a wedding with me, and he did say,
Yeah.
and I did take that to mean that he did love me. But now he hath fled, what have you done?
Yes, he did say so, and yet his actions do not fully line up with it. If my sister is to be wed, not for standing, but for love, it would be my preference that he love you back indeed.
Yes, Noonie, yes. I wish you to love me back.
Yes, Nunina, I wish it too. I wish it too. And yet his actions do not fully line up with that. And his speech, though short, does not seem to me to be inelegant. Oh, dear sister! No! Despair not! Oh, dear sister, thy words strike my heart. It is no great pleasure for your brother to see you so sad. No, Numina, no, Numina, no. No, indeed. Dear sister, thou art quite sad, and on the verge of tears even.
My eyes, they do weep as the trees in the swamp do so.
Dear sister, I will seek out Pound, but perhaps...
If he loves me not, then my heart is mine to mend, for I cannot make him love me if he do not. And yet, I do vow I will never love another, for that Pound, he is the most amazing man that did live, excepting, of course, myself, who I would never marry.
Well, I do appreciate that. Greatly, I do. Dear sister, I shall seek out the wisdom of our Father in order to discover where this Pound may lie.
I will throw myself out the window of my bedchamber this evening.
No, dear sister, stay! Stay thy hand. Perish not.
Indeed, my hand will be still, stopping me not as my feet do carry me forward.
Nanina, no! Nanina, no! Throw thyself out of the window not, but until the evening of morrow.
I will wait a short time for you to converse with our Father, for if he can solve this mystery as to why my heart does not meet its match in the loving embrace of dear Pound, I shall cast myself upon the ground.
We are agreed, Nanina.
Persephone! Persephone!
I search it!
Persephone!
Yes, my lord, I search it for that sword!
Persephone,
Yes, my lord.
your report.
Yes, my lord. So I have gone high and low, I have gone near and far, and your sword find I not. But I do have. I have not yet searched the deepest, slimiest portion of the swamp where the most vile and odoriferous creatures do dwell.
It is a good thought. And give me my report on my cup.
My lord. So weird to say, as if a foul odor upon my lips. My lord. No. Seems not proper.
Try your grace.
No.
Your Excellency.
Unfortunately, I am unable to say such phraseologies. And yet, to the sword cleaner I just went and saw not your sword.
For I have picked it up, I did, and then I took it hence to the deepest part of the wood to show off the glory of what they have not, for they do slime and they are odoriferous. And then I forgot it, I shall give it hence.
Yes, Persephone, please, go!
Wait in this location, shall we?
I suppose so. She is occasionally quick and occasionally slow. What will she be this time?
No one knows. Your grace. As we I have business to attend, and yet I do not wish to bow upon my end. Fairly well.
Good sir. As you were.
No.
Oh, my lord, I find not your sword nor cup, but I do find meats cast asunder, and footprints following into the town. Methinkest the knave who stole your sword hath been hunting your game. These mortals do try my patience so. I shall track them down. Please, you must. And now to Petunia.
Oh, Sir Gregor!
Indeed, it is I.
But allow me to introduce myself. I am Domine.
Dorian, is that you?
Yes. Thy appearance has bewitched my tongue. Dorian, yes.
Your tongue-tiedness I would never forget, for we have known each other since we were small boys.
Oh!
Come, embrace me, my friend.
True. And yet, I do come to you as a friend, but a friend in need.
How did you find me here in this swamp, seeking my aid?
Well, it wasn't just you I was seeking. I was seeking a hammer or an axe.
A hammer or an axe? Come into the light and tell me of your plight.
Yes. Well, know you how cold it has been this winter?
Indeed. It is what has prompted my journey to the kingdom of Grandoria.
Quite! A kingdom with which I am intimately familiar.
And for you to live nearby it.
I do. My
on
house.
this side of the swamp.
In fact, one of the sides of my house lies within its boundaries.
And yet it is cold, for I will tell you that on the other side of the swamp, in the kingdom of Minorium, where I have come from,
Right, quite.
we have no coal to burn,
No coal to burn.
nor no wood to chop,
No wood to chop.
nor no match to light,
No match to light.
nor no food to eat. And so I have journeyed this way in search of food, advice,
Oh, food.
and aid from the king.
Oh,
Oh, generous king!
but these are the very things that I seek. I seek advice. I seek food and I seek wood. Or a hammer axe with which to chop down wood.
Then not only are we united as brethren from our childhood days of yore,
Quite.
but we are united in our mission, and your timing could not be better, for I have lost my man.
Your man?
Young Cobb thinks himself the king,
Ah.
for he hath found a sword in stone and a cup in the forest, and he is now ruling both swamp and sky.
Both swamp and sky?
So it would seem, for the inscription does say so, and yet he is young and foolish and cannot possess such a power.
So thou art in need of
A man.
Of a man.
A man to carry me forth to the edge of the swamp, where I will go to the kingdom of Grandoria and ask for aid. And in so doing, we will ask for aid for you as well.
Oh.
For surely your house could use heat. and
Yes,
food.
quite. In fact, I know the way back. Every tree looks like the tree before it, but still I can smell the love of my life.
The love of your life?
The love of my life.
The love of your life, lead on. She must be a remarkable woman indeed to give such smell.
I find her to be, yes. Away!
I did once smell an alluring woman's smell, and it did linger. I will follow thy lead.
Away we shall be. And to introduce you to my wife I will.
A joyous occasion it will be.
Oh, quite. Away!
Lady of the moist wood, named I. Lady of the dry wood as well, and yet here I stand, nothing but moist, wet wood. Were I a true lady, dry wood would appear before me. hard, sturdy dry wood to warm my deepest depths. And yet, here I stand, wet wood in front of me, eyes as far as I can see, wet wood to the left and right. I'm surrounded by wet wood, a lady of wet wood, and yet no dry to be seen. What good is a ladyship if there's not dry wood to conquer, to control, to warm? The foliage of this wood is moist, full of drips, lacking flavor. A dry wood bristle the tongue, splinter the finger. A lady would have but helping hands to prick said splinter from said finger, and yet I stand here with wet wood, and no splinter my finger, and no hands except these, cold and married, in a dark night, with a husband who has left me alone in the wood. What good is a lord or ladyship when you are alone?
Hello! Is that some voice that I hear?
A voice in the wood. Quick, wet wood, protect me.
Oh, it appears to have been nothing. If only I were able to find the great goblet of the sky and the sword of the swamp.
Wet wood, out of my way. Hello!
Oh! Hello! Why?
Because
Well!
Lady Hannah.
Oh,
of the
Lady
Wet
Hannah. Oh, it is a pleasure. A pleasure indeed. Lady Hannah, so that is a name with which I am not familiar.
And yet it is mine, and I have stated it out loud, and you may be familiar with it within reason.
Oh.
For I am a married woman.
A married woman, yes. I remember that feeling well.
And you, kind stranger?
Oh.
Are you a married woman?
That is a complicated question. The answer is perchance.
A
Perhaps.
complicated question with a complicated answer.
Quite.
Lady Hannah be my name and yours?
Oh, Petunia. The pleasure is mine.
But Lady of the Wet and Dry Wood, they call me.
Yes, you
What,
told me.
what brings you to, have you a title?
Oh, I am
Petunia the Sweet.
I am just Petunia, although I do perhaps have something going with a certain someone.
Oh,
He'd be of no importance.
a man hath left you alone in the wood as well.
Excuse me?
Excuses not be needed.
Oh,
Have you been left alone in the wood as well by a person of the male gender?
yes, but,
Of the stronger sex?
yes, but,
Of the larger muscles?
yes.
The smaller brain?
Yes,
The less attractive?
yes.
The more definingly weak?
Yes.
They're the worst, aren't they?
They are, but how they betwixt my heart and how they vanish into thin air.
Oh, so frequent are men.
So frequent and yet so disposable,
So intolerant.
so homely,
So warm.
so strong, so kingly.
So lean on, I am following you. Yes, indeed. Right this way, I will continue on then.
Good cop, I do not think you know where your master is. Oh, shall we not rest a while, my lady? I do not want to rest, the woods are damp. Oh, my lady babe, you got this. I shall rest. Oh, would that there were a dry spot to sit upon right here. My lady, belike likes this moist ground. 'Tis
Right.
soft and
Here.
How now, what find you?
It is dry land.
Oh, my lady, you are a queen. Aren't you now a queen? Sword says you are.
I am holding it and I am the ruler of the swamp. And you are the ruler
Ruler of the sky. Look it up. That's my king.
No.
Stone.
Know you this man?
Yeah, that's my bra. His name's Pan. They call it that, for he doth pound well, and he be lord of wood. Look well, my lady, for thine seeth the Lord of wood.
Oh. I
Wait.
do see.
Thank you.
A word.
Many for you, my lady.
I have a sword.
Yeah.
And we have already dry ground.
Yeah.
We could camp for the night.
Oh, yeah.
If you or I
We're the ruler of
would, we could perhaps build a fire.
Methinks my lady know doth what she speak.
As you are a member of the stronger and braver sex,
Yeah, ask me.
you shall trade with him.
Oh. But he shall be lord of the wood.
Yes, you must take his hammer.
But I got
Then I will do it.
I'll hold it for dry ground and
You are
protect
most
you.
helpful.
I'll protect you from afar.
Sir Pound. Might I see your hammer? Yes, that one.
Look.
Look. Touch.
No. How?
Yes. Sword. Ground. Cock, check it. Is it dry?
Oh, dry as bones, my lady.
You are the ruler of wood!
Yeah.
And now we may make a fire.
Yes, my lady.
Oh, things are finally beginning to look up.
A tavern. Perhaps we should proceed inside.
I know not why, but my nose does tell me to go inside.
I also, with my voice, had suggested such an action.
Thou art wise, Sir Gregor. Inside the tavern we shall go.
The tavern, it is small.
It is small.
Single table, and
It is small.
but a meal I do so desire. Good sir.
Good, sir.
Have we sat upon a seat that you had already laid claim to?
'Tis but my tavern, therefore, it's all mine.
The tavern indeed is yours, and we shall procure our food, good sir. Please do serve us. Any food will do. We are very hungry.
Any food that can be bought with 2 gold coins.
You, Dorian, are a treasure.
If only those words were to come from my wife.
Perhaps 2 coins would not
2
and
coins!
drink- And drink, perhaps?
Drink I have, for food be scarce in this land.
They say it is not so, for we were so relieved to find this door and this table.
And yet, food I say is not available.
And yet you have taken a coin.
For a drink.
But with no food, the drink will make no good in our...
Then the
our
coin I
mouth.
return and be gone.
Oh.
Will this be a property that is both established by many people at many times and is quite highly sought?
Sought for drink, but not for food.
Forsooth, there was no one in here when we entered.
And yet, 'tis the way of the natured beast. A tavern, empty or not, can state quite clearly that it is reserved or quite often populated. Therefore, my time is more important than thou's.
Would thou would wrap thy thoughts quickly, for you have made a meal of your words, which does not fill my belly.
And yet, if you were to have taken my meal, then I shall take that one.
And yet you have not provided a meal, and so you shall not take the coin.
Meal of words, kind sir, is both fulfilling in many forms.
A meal of words fulfills not the stomach, nor the ear of the listener, but only serves to fulfill the brain of the buffoon.
And thy coin's been returned. Sit on my table. Speak, if thou must, about thy wife, and enjoy thy atmosphere.
Ay me, I am a hungry man.
My belly doth hunger for food, and my heart hungers for love, and my body hungers for warmth.
If meals can be made of words, perhaps the words that you sing of your bride will fulfill this moment. You have spoken of her much, and yet I feel a familiarity without knowing. What do you call your wife?
Oh, my love, my dearest, my betrothed.
All good names to call your love. That is the sound of the knocking of my stomach. It is attempting to digest itself.
It is loud.
Apologies.
It is loud, and I hunger even more so with that knocking noise that thy stomach makes.
Speak more of the smell of her.
Oh, her smell.
Probably no need to interrupt, and yet I believe I do have customers who would desire a table and could pay.
And yet no people.
Hello?
Alive.
Hello? See not any customers.
Wish you to spend the coin on something, perhaps you could feed us. In so doing, procuring the food and serving it to our mouths would justify such a gesture.
Tip but offer beverage.
And
Tell me, good sir, but dost thou have any beer?
And so the beverage you want to receive coin for, would it be called water?
Aye.
And yet, outside this door, water there is much of.
And inside said tavern it is mostly dry. Therefore, the water from outside may come in. And for a charge of fee, a simple basic fee, my lord, I would take.
Thou fulfills the function of a river, simply moving water from one point to another and expects a fee in return.
But indeed, we have tread this ground a lot. Perhaps we should move on, for our bellies will not be fulfilled here, and neither will your heart.
Oh, quite. After my wife was a church.
My lord, we are close. The trail it leads not. You rest here a while, I will follow it. Behind this berm, the knaves who steal your cup and the sword, they do lie. What be you, creature? Persephone! Persephone! Be that the vile thing they call Persephone! Bro, there be a... Persephone, it is... No, you must... My lord, the knave is strong, Persephone! But seeing through the cup, in sinking the sword, you have lost my cup. The mortal has come and gone. Which way goeth he? It is there! You must take it! Rod, come on, Rod, just having a drink. But that belongeth
great king, my timing appears to have been most erroneous.
And yet you remain.
Aye, that I do, for I have but one question for you.
And I an answer. I was not doing anything important.
Well, then I shall go on. If mine sister, thy daughter, does seek to pound whom she loveth, how shalt I find him in this wood?
Son, you do try me.
Thy daughter wants pound.
Yes, and I do understand. And as you well know, you must simply speak the incantation.
Ah, right, the incantation of our family. But it has been so many years since I have done it. Surely thou shalt refresh my memory.
Let me just prepare myself.
I am prepared as well.
I am my sire and therefore more prepared. and honor. I do not want your debt nor your honor. We have lost the cup.
Yeah, my bad, my lady.
We have lost the cup.
So make ready your lungs to give me a great tongue lashing as my Sir Gregor once did.
Yes, I am apparently the lord of all the swamp except for the frog within my throat. It has been quite an adventure. But I think it is time for me to return home.
Wise, my lady.
I did wander, and I was lost. And I did find a great many wonderful things.
Indeed, that smell does sound magnetic, and yet I hear your voice familiar. And turning, I discover a face that does match it. Dear Cobb, my boy, who hath abandoned me.
Aye, my lord.
Oh, but Sir Gregor, thou hast called him your boy. Am I not your boy? Is it but my fate to be abandoned by anyone who has ever loved me?
Hast thou replaced me?
Indeed, I have replaced thee with my friend, my brother, not boy. Dorian, my man.
Yes.
Not boy like Cobb.
But I have replaced you too, with a lord more mighty and more lovely.
And yet I see you no longer carry a sword. A swordless boy, indeed.
Well, I have a dirk in my Birkin.
Well, he had the dirk in
He had the dirk in his
Birkin.
Birkin.
It's not nothing.
Go to.
Good sir, I would appreciate a better traveling companion.
Oh, well, we journey to Grandoria, the kingdom thusly. We ask for aid, for my belly hath not been filled. Things.
And I seek after my loyal wife, whom I love dearly.
And I seek a new home. I thought I wished to return, but now methinks I should build a new one.
Thou seekest a home? Dost thou care if the home has 4 walls?
An intriguing question you do ask.
For one of my walls I do intend to burn, which will leave but 3.
Oh, you must have the same problem as my mother and I.
Yes!
The wood of our house is always damp.
Always damp. The moistest.
Yes, indeed. It is though a moistened magic has come across the entirety of the land on both sides of swamp,
I do know
Grandorium
it.
and Minorium.
I know of a lady, most regal, of wetwood, drywood, redwood, plywood.
Oh, take us to her then.
I shall show you where.
I would mount my horse would I had one.
Alas.
Our feet shall carry us. Go to?
This way.
This way.
Okay.
Mind the gap. I bring it hither. Daughter till I die.
Lady indeed.
My nose does strike something peculiar.
I recognize that tall hair anywhere. It
That-
is the lady. Hannah.
Oh! Oh!
Know you, Hannah?
Hannah, beest my wife.
Your wife is Hannah.
My wife is Hannah.
I congratulate you.
Thank you. For she be the most loyal wife that there ever was.
And yet she has abandoned thee. But she is an intoxicating woman.
Yes.
Most regal and noble, pay her tribute, and she will return in thy favor.
Indeed, pay her tribute, won't you?
I have never met this woman.
Bow before my wife, as I often do.
Then you must demonstrate for me.
In mixed company.
We stand agog. We should approach. And now you should bow. And you should pay tribute, and I will stand and watch, for I am Sir Gregor of Minorium.
Dearest wife, Hannah, look upon me. Remember your husband.
I remember but few things.
Remember these 3 coins.
3? Yes, the day my husband left me, he carried 3 coins. Did he not moist tree.
Left you? Left you? Your husband did not leave you but a couple of days.
And yet here I sit, now a lady. Lady of the moist and hard wood, wet with dry wood,
And plywood.
and plywood, redwood.
Well, I was there at the christening of this lady's station, given to her by the king at the time, which I see you have not the sword, so you are no longer king. However, you do carry the sword. That does carry the inscription. I take it you now rule the swamp?
I do. I am the master of both dryness and wetness.
And you are the lady of wetwood and drywood, hardwood and plywood?
Indeed.
Perhaps a new kingdom is being born before our eyes, with these two at the helm, and my sword to protect it, and you will burn a wall.
They should be wed.
She
When?
is a married.
I am a married woman.
'Tis this not close to Portland, my lord.
I am a
Many pardons do they take.
A fair point made.
husband. Dorian.
Hannah,
It has been so long.
remember these coins. Though we have but 3 coins and 3 walls to match soon, our lives will be complete.
2 days ago you left me, I forgot. Poor brain has been... The wood has become dry.
The wood has become dry! We're able to burn it!
Now the miracle hath occurred.
But stop! Who approaches?
Who indeed?
It appears to be the king of Grandoria!
Oh, the king!
She goes quick to meet the king.
Indeed, a proper greeting will be made.
I do not know why he did not come invisible, for that would have helped in this case.
For far off he is, but we see him, we do, and my lady be quick with her sword.
And yet, saying those words feels difficult. The king.
Off the tongue, did you not?
I had said it with ease.
The king.
The king.
Do you still rule, dear king?
I do rule, for I do have my cup.
Yes, and your sword.
I do not have my sword.
Oh, great king, dost thou have any royal family with thee?
Perhaps your son and daughter.
Where is my son?
And daughter?
Only my son.
Oh, very well!
For your daughter is...
Well, I shan't be seen in front of him. I will hide behind this bush.
Yes, do you that, and he will make his way up this grand staircase. That is one story,
Dear,
and that is 2.
dearest king, as you tell the
And
story.
that is 2.5. And
Wait.
now he is making his way up the hallway. There he is.
Truly, my fair friend, you do remember, well, of course, he would hide from you. You remember the incident from our childhood.
I do. How embarrassing.
Yes, but
Oh.
Dorian is among these trees and will be excited to hear if you do forgive him, I am sure.
I do forgive him.
Ah, the Dorian, you should come out. We know it's here.
Sweet husband of mine.
Forgive me, sweet Dorian. But I could not be forgiven unless, for it was not Prince Nani who I am offended. He was offended at me because of what I did to his sister. If she would forgive me.
Is the sister here?
Ah, but you did say she is not present.
She is just coming out of the solarium.
Oh, she is!
Then I will hold very still in this place and await her arrival, not moving or looking in any other direction.
You
but
will.
still completely still.
She is
For I am
making her
eager to
way-
see her.
She is making her way up the same staircase.
What be she do upon the solarium, my lord?
She looks at the solaires.
Have she any companions?
Does she walk the stairs alone? the lady?
My son returns.
Oh, that is sweet
Perhaps
Dorian.
another block is in order to portray the scene adequately.
But what, sweet king, of your servant?
My servant.
Your winged
Why do
servant.
we have
Oh!
on the wall so?
Sweet princess and prince, kingly royalty.
Not only the servant, but her new husband has come too. Both of them.
And Sir Braver, it brings me such joy that you should meet my new husband, for you were such a dear friend of my brother. And
Yes.
Dorian, I am angry to see thee, for you did pull my pigtail that day. But I will forgive you, for we were children. And now I am married to a wonderful man, and if you were to step out of line, he would pound you. For he is dear, sweet.
Oh, look, he is coming up the stairs. That is one story. And that is two.
I think this
And that is 2.5. And he appears to be carrying a bench with him. It is most curious.
Oh, great Sir Pound.
You fit a great many people behind this wall.
Yes.
Well, it's so nice to see all of you. Isn't my husband so beautiful?
You're a pound.
King, if I may be so forward, such a joyous reunion warrants a feast, does it not?
Why, yes, it does. If only I had my sword to go with my cup and the hammer that Pound carries, then I might make a feast fit for all the kingdom. But alas, it is no longer mine.
Great Sir Pound, I have but a question for thee. Great Sir Pound, thou carriest a hammer and axe, and since thou art now royal, wouldst thou sell it to me for but 3 gold coins? That is all I have. I should not. 2 gold coins, and then I could go up to 3. Yes! Oh, dearest Hannah, we have finally found that which we can use to jump down the wall of our house.
And good lady, you do carry a sword. Is it not the sword that the king does relish? For perhaps if you were to return it, we could have a feast. I am driven by hunger.
My lady, I am driven by hunger as well. My good Lord Dregger speaks of wisdom.
Money. Money.
Oh, Pound, you are very so strong, and you know how to provide. Oh, that tickles now. Oh, not from my family. Oh,
I would give the sword to the king, but he does not seem as if he really wants it. I have grown rather attached.
Sweet Dorian, pay the man.
Dorian, pay the man. Dorian talks some sense into this lady.
Do your duty.
For simplicity's sake, I shall cut out the middleman and speak directly to the king.
Indeed.
Ah, a wise choice.
Yes.
I will eagerly await this conversation to begin.
Oh, great king, thou appearest in front of me again.
I have!
And in fact, an announcement we have to make, I believe.
We do. Wench, give me the sword! No, it is mine! I have found it rightfully!
Oh, but he seems so mad.
I am not able to rule my kingdom without it. You must give it to
our announcement.
You go ahead, my sweet.
We are to be wed, and I am to become queen of the swamp.
Ah, then it is to be a multiple wedding.
Yay!
The feast is in order indeed. Nitty nonny nonny and a nilly nonny no.
And here we stand. Royalty, guard, and buffoon. As the end of our tale, this, the story of the creature from the Black Lagoon. But ladies and gentlemen, for our cast this evening of this comedy of terrors. Tonight is
Leah! Aiden!
Josh!
playing Jeremy Juggle, plus for Ron on deck. Jay up on the ground. The entire crew here at the Porthole Arts Center. And of course, a giant round of applause for you for doing a lovely evening, to enjoy a lovely, cool, hopefully warming of the heart show. Again, if you want to join us again next week, we're doing a completely different show. It is a delight and made-up musical. It is a lot of fun. If you want, we're going to take a brief second to reset us. About maybe 5 minutes or so. Use the bathroom, grab another drink if you want, and then we'll do a little improv jam. We'd love for you to stick around. If you want to watch it and you don't want to play, you can do that too. So we'll see you very shortly. Mwah! Have a good night.